What I do is just like you know, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey yo, what's going on? Alright, so this is where I'm at with the Bugatti build so far. The Bugatti Fury Road. So we got it all torn down. I've realized I'm going to have to grind this little firewall out as much as I can, because it's not going to fit over the motor and transmission. But I got these. Let's see if we'll focus up on those. Come on, focus. So you can see there the little skull wheels. I think Hobby Soul had some of these. I got these off of AliExpress. They are brass, they're wicked heavy. But I didn't want to leave brass on there. I'm not liking the brass look at all, because this thing's going to be pretty much all silver and black. You can see the nice MEUS axles MEUS racing axles on there. They're pretty sweet. Really nice looking. I like the pumpkins on them. Great steering angle too. Like, crazy steering angle actually. Like it's nuts. But I was like, what am I gonna do with these wheels? Then I remembered I got this little set of acrylic paint markers. It's got a bunch of, they're almost like pastel-y colors in there, but the white is what I was after. I got all these extra, yeah, anyway. So what I've done to the wheels is totally ghosted them out. Now they look like little actual skulls. That was pretty sweet. Took, I think, two coats, 2 markings, and there's a side by side. I think they look way better, like way cooler. So that should look pretty rad on this rig. Then I'm going to use the 64-inch rock lizards. I tried mounting up these guys. They're just way too big. It's hilarious looking. Like, sure, it'd be freaking rad to have some sort of offset going on there, but as you can see, like that's a big difference in tire size. I think it's like 6 mils or more. But yeah, if I was gonna go this, I'd figure out how to get these on there. Just the front plates, glue them on if I had to, just to make it look cool, because these are insanely boring. But I was thinking about going monster truck on this thing, just to add a cool look to it. So another thing I've done is I got these shocks. These are 51 mil shocks from a company called Pothyes. P-O-T-H-Y-E-S. I just noticed them on Amazon. They're not double barrels. They got the length of it, but they only have that much travel in them. So the back has crazy amounts of travel, just because of the angle. Like if I was to angle this back farther, it'd have better. You can see how much it moves. Like there's lots there. They're pretty cool. And I didn't want double barrels. I'm kind of like, double barrels are all right, but I didn't want it for this build. But the spring they come with is like, your rig won't move. It's so stiff. Like it's crazy how stiff this spring is. So I took them out. I threw in some really small springs, as you can see up front here. I should be paying attention to the camera. So you can see these springs are really small, and these ones are pretty close to double that. So it's going to have a nice balance, because the majority of this rig is going to be sitting backwards. Because I want the back tire relatively close to this wheel well. And then up in the front here, there's 3D printed scale motors. So I'm going to get a 572 twin turbo and kind of stick it out front here. And then inside, I might leave these up like this, so you can kind of see inside a little bit. And then I'll try to, I don't know if it'll work. I'll try to take this is the actual guts for this thing. There's its V12. And try to get it in there just for the looks. Because it looks like I can take it apart here. It's kind of like a... it looks like it's pieced together, so I should be able to dismount it and kind of get rid of the block and just leave the valve cover and kind of put that in there just for looks, strictly looks. But that's kind of where it's at now. So I still need to get drive shafts. I don't know if I'm going to get the battery mount and the tray up front, because I might just mount that. I still don't know yet. They're really cheap. But that's kind of where it's going. And right when this gets removed, it's going to make this sit on there so much nicer. As you can see, it's really kicking the front end up because of that. So this thing might end up being just like crazy low. Should be pretty cool. I think I do need to get the battery mount in there, so it kind of like prevents it from going past a certain point. Like, as you can see, the frame goes below the actual friggin' axle, the top of the axle, or the links mount. Just to show you there, like that's crazy. Lots of travel back there. But I'm not going for tons of travel, 4x4 and capabilities. I'm going for looks with this thing, because that is frickin' rad. That totally reminded me of Fury Road when I saw it. It's like, yeah, that's something those Aussies would have. That's awesome. So get a little tire in there. Not too big, but you know, should be pretty cool. You can just kind of mock it up a little bit. Something like so. Could go bigger, but I kind of want uniform tires all the way around. Yeah, so that's kind of where it's at right now. It's going together slowly. Just ordering piece by piece what I need at the time, or where I see it going. So I may end up switching out these front shocks for something that drops lower, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm going to go brushless on this thing. I might, because I don't have a radio for it yet. I don't have any of that stuff, but I'm a big fan of brushless and its capabilities. Brushed is just trash in my opinion. Like, spend the extra bucks, get the performance. But I'm digging these front axles. Like, they're crazy. The only thing I'm not liking is how much force it takes to turn this little arm. So I think I'm gonna have to get a high torque servo, because I don't think an Emax is gonna cut it. So I'll have to spend a few extra bucks on that, which I don't mind doing, because, like, yeah, good times. But I'm really liking the way these turned out compared to just brass. So I could have painted them black, but they come in black, blue, and red, I believe, from Hobby Soul. So I was like, I think white look awesome. Like, that's totally ghost skull. Like, that's great. And if I don't like it, a little bit of isopropyl, 99% stuff right here. Take all that off and make it back and do another color. I did try red the first time with the Sharpie. Yeah, it looked cool, but it stood out way too much. Kind of clashed with the rest of the rig. So I'm thinking the white's perfect. And this is a Gladiator length vehicle now. It's on a JLU frame rails and Gladiator links. So it's kind of extended so I could get that 3D printed motor up front. Because I want the motor sitting right up here, just like out in the open, exposed, kind of like how they do in Fury Road. Yeah, pretty wicked. Anyway, yeah, that's just kind of another update on where this rig is at. I'm digging how small this actual body is compared to, like, here's the C10. You can see how tiny it is, right? So it does adhere to like a sports car style body. I'm digging that. You know, smaller, better, truck bigger, heavier. But yeah, that's where she's at right now. So I'm gonna paint the rest of these wheels and maybe do another update here in a little while. Anyway, later. Alright, so we got the tires on, the wheels done up. kind of have this bamboo stick there holding it kind of where I want it. I'm noticing that the body's much heavier than I realized, so I'm going to probably have to put 2 of those into the back just to hold it up. But it looks like I got enough space up front where I'll be able to mount that extra motor. It's pretty cool. They're on eBay. You can check them out. I think they're 24th scale. But yeah, that's pretty rad. If I take that out, like you can see how low it's gonna sit. And I just need to fix that that bar that's in there. That guy right there, that plate. The screw hole right in the middle of the screen. Grind that out. Then it should sit wicked low. Heck yeah. So I don't want it that low, as you can tell. It's gonna be that's too much. So somewhere around there. I might even drill some holes up front here. Kind of somewhere in here-ish. And remount the shocks. Just so they're more angled. And it drops the front end. But just where this thing sits, it's going to be perfect. As I'm not going to get any wheel rub because of these wheel wells. This thing's an insane steering angle. Like so much that it hits the shock. So I'm going to have to do something about that. And I do have extensions in here right now. Not the ones I want, but just enough to kind of give me an idea of what's going on. Oop. Let go. Let go. Let go. Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? Anyway. Kind of a cool little rig. And if I was to mount it more forward, kind of extend the rear out, I don't like the look of it, and you'll get some serious tire rub. So I kind of like it like really far back like that. Yeah. Crazy. Frickin' Bugatti. Later.
Peace.